Hi there, and welcome to this week's Fox Country. Today I'll be talking to Paul McCarthy, but before that, let's have a look at Paul's video, Lovely Leitrim Shore.
A thought came to my mind today. I have to ask you, dear, if you would join me on a walk to a spot not far from here, to a place where you and I first met, where all our dreams came true. Under sleeve and near and shade that day, I gave my heart to you. Will you walk with me once more to our place we've been before? And while strolling down together, we can pick that rolling header. And while walking hand in hand, we recall it was so grand, looking out over Loch Allen on that lovely Leitrim shore. So thinking of old memories, we started out from town. The birds were singing in the trees as we went walking down to the shore where you and I first met, and all our dreams came true. You looked into my eyes and smiled when I said these words to you. Will you walk with me once more to our place we've been before? And while strolling down together, we can pick that rolling header. And while walking hand in hand, we recall it was so grand, looking out over Loch Allen on that lovely Leitrim shore. Will you walk with me once more to our place we've been before? And while strolling down together, we can pick that rolling header. And while walking hand in hand, we recall it was so grand, looking out over Loch Allen on that lovely Leitrim shore. Looking out over Loch Allen on that lovely Leitrim shore.
Well, Paul, good to have you on Fox Country today.
Thanks very much, Michael.
It's our pleasure. Now, before we get on to talk about your music, would you like to give us a little bit about your background, where you were born and
Well, originally born in Dublin,
right,
but moved to a little village called Keshcarrigan,
right,
County Leitrim,
right,
back the early 80s, 79, 80. So you could say I'm a Leitrim man, really.
yeah,
And then I went to school there. Then I was about 19, I headed for America. I
across the big pond.
crossed a big pond.
Yeah,
I played with Kiltrumper Pipe Band. So the band was going to America and for the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
right,
So I decided my opportunity anyway. There was nothing, wasn't very much going on in Leitrim in those days. So I decided anyway we headed off to America, and I didn't know whether it was on a one-way ticket or a two-way ticket till I got out there. So when I got out there, I got in touch with some people, and I ended up anyway, got a job, and worked in a garage, and I worked my way down to Nashville.
Oh, right, yes.
So I worked in Nashville for a short while, and of course the first place you have to go is Elvis. You have to get to at the bottom of the road. You get like a tour bus goes up, and they bring you up, and somebody meets you at the top and
Talking about
brings you up.
Graceland.
But of course, when we got out, there was 4 of us. We got out of the bus anyway, and the first woman to meet us, and she was in charge, was a Mayo woman.
Well, fair play to her.
Yeah, and she picked on us straight away. And she knew by our accents anyway we weren't Americans. So she says, look, let them go on, and I'll give you my tour. And the first thing we walked in, and you walk in the big door, and to your right then this is big grand gold piano, all taped off, and she took the tape down. She said, take your pictures away, fire away in there, take your pictures. Actually, we took more pictures inside. We were brought more places inside, and where the tour was going this door, we were going that door. And she showed us every part. The only place we couldn't go was upstairs.
Right.
Because I think his aunt was living up there at the time. So that was out of bounds up there.
Yeah.
But showed us everything else, and showed us stuff that the general public didn't see, and got pictures where the public weren't allowed to go.
So you started to explore the Nashville scene.
Started, yeah.
And
Go.
what sort of places did you visit there?
It was in the Grand Ole Opry. Of course, anybody goes there. That's a deep place to go. And I'd love to do a circle in the middle of the stage where all the major artists, that's where they stand. And it'd be great to stand in that circle someday.
And in your time there, did you get to see any of our...
I did. I seen
country
Kenny. I seen Dolly. There's an awful lot of artists that we wouldn't hear of here. Even in the pubs, the best of bands playing in pubs, just hoping that somebody would recognise them, give them a start. Fantastic bands. You wouldn't hear the likes of it now here. Like 5-6 piece bands, and extremely good musicians and very good singers.
Yeah. And is this where your love of country music started
to
develop? This whet your appetite for it?
That's got me going, but I never knew I could sing. I knew I could sing, but I never really sang in front of anybody. Then when I came back from America, I came back to Leitrim for about a year, and then headed off to England. So go to England for a while. And I came back 20 years later.
Right, what part of England did you go to?
I was in London.
Right, good music scene.
Good music scene. Done a bit of singing over there, not a lot, not a great deal, but done a bit. Then I realised, maybe I can sing. And so I was back home and doing a little bit of singing at the time, and somebody put a request up from me. We were in a local pub, called McKeown's there in Keshcarrigan, and there was a man singing there named Frank Feary. And so I went up and done a song, and done 1, and then done 2, and next thing I done 3, and that was grand. And he come up to me after and says, "Did you have a powerful voice? Did you ever think of doing anything with it?" And I says, "I didn't, no." He says, "Do you fancy making a CD?" She says, "I might." I says, but this is normally you'd be on the road to do that sort of thing first and get your experience before you do that. And he says, "I have a man," he says, "do a great job on that for you." So he introduced me to Jimmy Huzzy up in Lanesborough, and then done the CD. I wrote a new song, "Winning Irish Smile," and called the new album "Winning Irish Smile," and brought that out.
What year did you bring out the
album?
album?
I brought that out in 2010.
Right.
And it got the "Winning Irish Smile" songs have got done very well across in England, because it's sort of a song that relates to the old days, back when your parents or yourself were dancing around the kitchen floor,
A
and
bit of nostalgia there.
yeah, and before there was any televisions, they'd be all huddled around the radio, and
And made their own entertainment as well.
yeah,
of
made their
course,
own
yeah.
entertainment, and that's how things were then.
That's right.
And it done well, and so I decided anyway it was time to move on, and I done that like say 2010. It was time to bring out another one, so I started working on a new CD called Heartland of Country Music, and that is still, I've brought out 3 songs from it at the moment.
A single release.
It's it's so they're working on the rest of it at the moment, and it's all been recorded in Nashville, and is being produced and mastered in Leitrim by a German man. It's called Michael Bow. Now Michael has some reputation behind him too. He used to play before Johnny Cash would come on, introduce Johnny Cash onto stage. Very precise man. Everything has to be right, and you could be doing a song with him and you go over it and over it. Everything just has to be perfect.
Yes. So you're midway through recording.
We're midway
the
through
album.
that, yeah.
Yeah, and when would you hope to release?
Hopefully early next year.
Well, we look forward to that. Now, that's the recording side. of
That's the
things.
recording side.
Tell us about the live performances. Where are you playing now? What sort of act do you have? Are you playing for dances, or are you playing?
I'm playing for anything that comes in the way, really.
As a one-man band.
As a one-man band. I do a lot of the pub scene, do hotels. I do smaller weddings, because what I do is I play bagpipes as well.
That's a nice combination.
It is, yeah. It can be very unusual, because if you have the crowd right in the pub and they're all fairly merry, and you'll say to them, right, I'm just taking a 10-minute break and I'll be back, but you'll hear me before you'll see me. So I walk out and I'll tune up the pipes, and I'll walk in playing the pipes, and everybody will turn, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And of course, as soon as they hear the pipes, then and you start playing a few reels and jigs and stuff on it, actually you go mad on the floor.
Yeah.
Whatever it is about the pipes, it just...
So you've got quite a unique act.
It is very unique, yeah. And what a lot of it I do is I play for the weddings. I do the bride and groom. I would pipe them in or out of the church, and then I go back and change into me uniform again, and I would play for them before the wedding. So because you know yourself, you could have 2 or 3 hours waiting around, and people get bored, and so I do a bit of music before the dinner, and then change back into my kilt and stuff again, and then I'll pipe them up to the top table.
Well, you're very versatile.
Yeah.
Paul, yeah.
So it's an all-in package.
Yeah. So are you playing mainly around Leitrim, or do you travel?
You could
further
find me
afield?
anywhere. You could find me. Mostly my area will cover from North Leitrim, Donegal, down to Offaly. But done a bit around the north as well. But the way it's gone nowadays, you just have to travel.
That's the way it's happening now, yes.
The days of the local gigs are kind of dying out.
And plentiful local
Yeah,
gigs,
and it at the same time you don't. It's nice to broaden your horizons, and go to
And
new
place
places.
a new audience
Yeah.
as well, of course. Yeah.
And more so to see how you go down,
Yeah.
because it's
And
amazing.
every place is different.
Every
isn't it?
place is
Yeah.
different. You know yourself. People, you're up behind the speakers, and it's amazing what you can hear
Yeah.
from the floor. People think that you can't hear anything what's going on, but it's amazing when you're behind the speakers and people are down on the floor and they be talking away, and you often hear you like to hear the good points. You don't want to hear the bad points. And you know, you'd be looking around and you might be playing a particular song and you'll watch for people's feet tapping or their finger going. Or, so if you know that, you get that, you're doing not too bad, people are enjoying the music.
And a lot of young people are coming into the country music
A lot of
scene
young
now,
people.
Not only to write
I
songs
do-
and
I-
play, but
yeah.
to go into the dances and the different
Yeah,
country.
I do have to laugh when it's the first CD I brought out there, and there a few years ago I brought a few of them down to Offaly, and during the summer, and like I'd have a lot of younger people following me down around Offaly, and so people ring me up on my wife's side, with relations down that way, saying, "Geez, the tractors are running around the fields here, and you're blaring out the tractors, and then we're going around bailing away in the fields
Yeah, yeah.
with the young crowd,
Yeah.
which is
Amazing.
good."
Yeah. Having come this far, how would you see your musical career developing?
Well, it's early days. Like I say, I brought out this DVD now, and I'm going to see how this fares out, and really going to take it from there now. And I had eased off on it there for a little while, and I wasn't taking as many gigs as I should have been taking. So it's only in the last 6-8 months now I says either I do it or I don't do it. You can't be sitting on the fence.
Yes.
So I decided when I got the approach about the new CD and the DVD, I said, well, this is now the time to hit it.
You have a new DVD then, Paul?
I have a new DVD out and a new song on it, and it was written by Michael Bowe, same man that done all the music for me at the moment, and it's called Going to the Dance.
We'll have a look at it.
Hey, comb your hair and shine your shoes. We're going gallivanting, punching in the parking lot. We're going to the dance. Twirl the girls around the floor, and if you find a champion, when the priest's not looking, you can take her by the hand. Each Saturday, it's all the same, all around the country. Folks dress up and head on out to the nearest dance. Young and old from near and far gather around the dance floor, waltzing, jiving, swinging, all through the night again. Girls along the one side and boys along the other. When the band starts playing, everybody clap their hands. There's nothing like a slow dance with a pretty farmer's daughter. Get Johnny up for one or two and a ballad with the band. Hey, comb your hair and shine your shoes. We're going gallivanting, punching in the parking lot. We're going to the dance. Twirl the girls around the floor, and if you find a champion, when the priest's not looking, you can take her by the hand. And when the band has finished, we'll carry on without them. When we're thrown out, we'll carry on out among the stars. We'll sit around a fire, spin a yarn and have a sing-song till we have to make make it home in time to meet the cows. Hey, comb your hair and shine your shoes. We're going gallivanting, touching in the parking lot. We're going to the dance. Twirl the girls around the floor, and if you find a champion, when the priest's not looking, you can take her by the hand. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be working up at dawn until the sun goes down. Every day is just like any other, but on Saturday I'll be ready, fit to hit the town. Hey, comb your hair and shine your shoes. We're going gallivanting, watching in the parking lot. We're going to the dance. Twirl the girls around the floor, and if you find a champion, when the priest's not looking, you can take her by the hand. When the priest's not looking, I'll take you by the hand.
Well, that was Paul's DVD, Going to the Dance. Nice one, it is indeed, and that should have them jiving.
Yeah, it's a good lively number. As I say, we're looking for something, a different sound. And I think I found it. We've got some musicians, as I say, out in Nashville, and they recorded it out there. And they put their own style to it. I wanted the Irish version with an American style. And I think we've blended it in fairly well with the music. And it seems to have worked out pretty good.
And can we look forward to more DVDs from you, Paul? Maybe when the album is finished?
Yeah, I have another one ready now at the moment that's called Digging Up Bones, that I'm thinking of bringing out as well. It was a slow song originally, and we've turned it into a quick step.
An
up-tempo one. I gave it a bit of life, and we should have a bit of fun now. We'll be going around digging up bones around the place with it. So yeah, that'll be. I think that'll be the next one now we'll be doing.
Well, we wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much.
Well, Paul, I'm delighted that you could join me on Fox Country today, and on behalf of ourselves and our viewers, can I wish you all the very best with your future musical career and with your recordings.
Thanks very much, Michael.
Thank you. And my thanks again to Paul for joining me today. On next week's episode, I'll be joined by Paul Malloy from Gorey in Wexford, so make sure that you tune in for that one. See you then.